Well, hello. Good morning there, BroTalk Nation. Yes, it is I, Eric, coming to you live this morning on a Saturday morning. And yes, we are live. If you're wondering, this is a new episode. We are live the early Saturday morning. So, hey, man, if you're out there, uh, go ahead and like, subscribe, click that button to share. And if you haven't had a chance, go check out our last episode, man. It was a great one. Excuse me. And we have a lot more to share, man. We starting on this new series. Don't be afraid. So, hey, bro, what we got for the people?
What's up, BroTalk Nation? Yes, man. Like E said, man. Good morning, man. Yes, we are here live on a Saturday morning, man. We decided to get some change going on, switch up some things. We had to do some switch up, man. The enemy, you always got to be on the offensive side. So we said, you know what? We're gonna throw off Thursdays and hit people Saturday mornings on the wake up, man. So yes, we are live Saturday morning hoping to wake some people up, get guys stirring in their lives early in the morning, man. First and foremost, man, we always got to shout out God for giving us this opportunity, for letting us come on here and do what He wants us to do, coming through and speaking through us, man. And like He said,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
we're in a series called "Don't Be Afraid." This is the third installment of the series. So if you missed last week, man, you got to go to YouTube, got to hit that bell, get notified, catch up on the all stuff, but also get notified on the new content that's coming out, man. Because I'm telling y'all right now, the fire that's been coming, man, it has been great, man, and God has been continuing to do great things in our lives and great things around people around us. So we always just want to share the good news, man. But man, I'm excited, man. I'm back at home. Oh man, it's finally back at home. Finally in my
yes,
in my
man.
little
Yes,
office and actually give like the word. It just feels comfortable being back. So, shout out to God bringing
yeah,
me back to
man.
my family. Um, yeah, we in the month of February, the month of love. Celebrated my wife's birthday the other day. We got Valentine's and our anniversary is coming up. So it's an exciting month for us over here at the Collins house. But I am excited for today's word, man. I gotta remember not to say tonight because I'm like always about to say tonight because we've been doing it for so long. But I'm excited for today's word, man, because this series we in, Don't Be Afraid, it's made me realize some things that I have been afraid of. And it's made me
Mhm.
look in the mirror and understand why God said, fear not. And this,
Mm,
I'm hoping that this, by the end of this series, that we get rid of things that you have been fearing and that God can make you no longer fear those things in your life, right? And tonight,
mhm,
the title is Don't Be Afraid to Take Your Table Back. Don't be
mm,
afraid to take your table back. I'm gonna start off by saying, have y'all ever had like dinner reservations at a place for like a birthday party, college graduation, celebration for somebody getting a new job, a celebration for something, and you were the one who set up the reservations. You called the place weeks prior, months prior, and you had it all set up. Hey man, I need a dinner party for 32. You know what I'm saying? You did it big at the fanciest restaurant wherever you were, and you had everything set up, right? But the day you got to the reservation, I mean, the day you got to the restaurant, the day you made it, you get to the front desk and they told you that they gave your reservation away. I don't know if you ever been through that or dealt with that, but Bro Talk Nation, I got it. We gotta talk now. Like, what do you mean you gave my reservation away? You telling me you gave Jamarcus Collins reservation away? The one that I set up months prior, weeks prior. I have did all the planning that was necessary to get this table for all of these people that's coming. What am I supposed to tell everybody that's on the way to be seated, right? Like, I don't know if you've ever had to deal with that, But when you show up and your table is gone and all of y'all are just standing there, that's embarrassing. You are frustrated. I'm angry. I'm about 10 seconds away from calling the health department to shut the whole place down. Like, for real. I,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm like Cedric Entertain on Kings of Comedy. Like, nah, y'all gotta get up. That's me 3 and 4. That's both, that's all hours, right? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
anybody ever had to deal with that, but like the thing that makes me like the thing that made me wonder about this is what does the restaurant usually do? The restaurant usually do
Mm-hmm.
like, well, you know what I'm saying? We can give you a discount or we can give you some credit on a meal or something like that. For a lot of us,
Mm-hmm.
we take that deal. We be like, oh, a
Mm-hmm.
free meal? The next time we come, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? I'm good. I'm happy. I
Yeah.
can live with that. But I need to let y'all know something right now. This is not the time to take the free meal or the discount. This is the time where I know people don't want you to scream and shout, but I want you to scream and shout because this time is the time where you need to get your table back. This is where you don't need to take the store credit or the free meal next time. No, you need to scream and shout, I want my table back because that
Mm-hmm.
table is prepared for you. This is what I'm trying to get at, E. That table is prepared just for you. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
afraid to take your table back. The enemy is coming for your table. Bro, I want to read this verse and then I'm going to turn it over to you, bro. All right.
Gotcha.
We're going to read in Psalms 23 1 through 6. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I've walked through the darkest valleys, I will fear no evil. Don't be afraid, for you are with me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. Here's the verse right here. You
Yeah.
prepare a table before me in the presence of my
Mm-hmm.
enemies. You prepare a table for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not let Buck and them, not let Nunu, none of them. You prepare a table
Yeah.
before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. E, bro, that is so good. This is the time where I don't need you to take the free meal tomorrow. I don't need you to take the discount. I need you to scream and shout, I want my table. Man, this is good, bro. Ready to go, bro.
Hey man, let's get it. And so, excuse me out there, man. I'm getting over a cold or whatever I had, man. And it's so you see me come pop on and off, but man, this is one of my favorite scriptures, bro. I think this is a scripture I talked to you. Me and you first had our conversation, right? Our
Yes,
first
we did.
conversation, and I think Psalms 23 was something my grandfather, me and my grandfather used to read it. We used to say it all the time before I went to bed. You know what I'm saying? It's something that he instilled in me. And I'm grateful and thankful that he did because that scripture speaks to every part of your life.
Yeah,
Whether you're in a storm, whether you're coming out of a storm, whether you don't even know a storm is coming, whether you being attacked by enemies, you being attacked by something,
yeah,
whatever part of your life, you can input your life into that scripture. If you don't know God, you don't know Jesus, you don't know Yahshua, you don't know nothing about the Bible, Psalms 23, you can input that part in any part of your life, right?
that's so good,
And
bro.
so the part about the table is if you miss a reservation, usually is only one or two things. Either you showed up late or somebody probably a little more important paid a little bit more to get that table.
Hmm.
and I'm going somewhere with this. Sometimes when you think about the cost that you're paying along the journey of your walk with God, sometimes somebody else gonna pay a little bit more. And the reason they're gonna pay a little bit more is because they know the value of the table.
That's good, bro.
Like, like we don't understand. And man, it's these episodes, man, I always got something real to go with it, man. Like sometimes we
For
don't
real.
understand the value of the table, man. Like I just got news. One of my dear friends passed away. She was like 35, 36,
Dang.
young, 3 kids, and it was unexpected.
Yeah.
Like we just talked a couple weeks ago. She's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and the last time I talked to her, she just got out of the hospital. And God always puts it on my mind to reach out to people, like for
Yeah.
some reason. And when I thought about it, I got a phone call. And that's a phone call you never want to hear, right? We never
Yeah.
want to hear somebody that we care about and love, going to be home with God. But the value of the table is that's your life. Like your life, like we missing a lot of our reservations because we don't understand the value of what we have. God has blessed
That's
us.
good, bro.
For us to be here right now on this podcast, that is a blessing.
Big blessing.
And
Yeah.
some of us won't even look at it as a blessing. Some of us will look at it as, oh, it's to be expected. Like your reservation can be taken. It
That's
can
good.
go to somebody else. You have to value that table, man. Let's go, bro.
That's good, bro. Like you are 100% right, and we're gonna get into that, like things that's valued at that table. We're gonna get into so much more, bro. But like, I just wanted to kick that off with, man, like you like you said it before. Like this is the verse that you shared with me when we first started talking, when we were first
Mm-hmm.
meeting, and I went back to this verse because there is so much in this verse that people miss. Like you said, that you don't, if you're coming out of a
Mm-hmm.
storm, you're going into a storm, you may not, this verse can help you out. And I had read something earlier and I highlighted it, and it didn't have anything to do with this podcast at all. But when you started talking
Mm-hmm.
about like storms and troubles, I God must have knew this already. So I just want to read it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's first that's a I can't say that guy. I can't say the word.
First
Thessalonians. Is that how
Thessalonians.
you, there you go. Thessalonians,
Yeah.
right? 3, 3 through 5 about the message version. It says, not that trouble should come as any surprise to you. That's the first line. Not
Mm.
that trouble should come as any surprise to you. You always known that we're in for this kind of thing. It's a part of your and mine calling. That is crazy. When we were with you, we made it quite clear that trouble was ahead. Bro, that
Mm.
like I highlighted this. This has nothing to do with the
Man.
podcast. But you were talking about like troubles and like coming, you don't know if you're going in or if you're coming out. I want you to know that this verse right here sets the table for it. Like it says that like just let it shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Trouble is coming.
Yeah.
It's a part of your calling. So if you praying to be called, you better understand if you praying to be called, you're calling for trouble because it's coming. And the Bible saying this
Mm-mm.
shouldn't be a surprise that hey,
Mm-mm.
that the window is busted out. That hey, the credit card people is on you right now. Hey, that your kids is acting a certain type of way. This ain't no surprise. It's
Mm-hmm.
a part of the calling.
Mm-mm.
This is what is about to build your endurance in Christ. Because
Yeah, yeah.
without these troubles, you'll be
Mm-hmm.
skipping on your journey. You'll be sitting here
Mm.
skipping. And God is saying, no, 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 we're not skipping. We're walking with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need to be walking with a purpose, it's so that you know that trouble could be around the corner. I need you on guard, is what the Bible's trying to tell you. I
Yeah,
need you
yeah.
ready on guard with your hands up for somebody trying to throw a haymaker. We did a podcast a while back where we talk about the worst hit in the world is the one that you didn't see that was coming. But God is
Man,
telling
I'm
you
telling
right here, the hit is coming. The punch is
you.
about to
Mm-hmm.
be thrown will you have your guard up, bro? Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. I'm dead serious. That's
That's
so
good.
wild,
That's good.
bro. It's so wild that I highlighted that, not for this, but I just highlighted because I was reading it, bro. I wanna hop into where I started writing down the notes, bro. And I wrote down my first note off of like verses 1 through 4, where he was talking about he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He guides me
Hmm.
along right paths for name's sake. I made a note that said, God, he is trying to guide you to your table. I
Man.
don't want you to miss that first part. All of that, what
Hmm.
he's saying, he's trying to guide you to your table. God is trying to get
Hmm.
you to your table. It's like when you walk into a restaurant, who is the first
Hmm.
person you see when you walk in? It's usually a hostess. You don't know where to sit in the restaurant until the hostess leads you to your table. You know nothing about that place. You don't know where to sit at on how, like, you may have a party or two. Only the hostess knows where to bring you in the restaurant. They know the
Yeah.
layout of all the tables, the best place to sit
Mm.
you at. So you can't get to your table without being guided. That's why God in
Man.
Psalm in this chapter says he will guide me along the right paths. Even though when I walk through the darkest valley, he is there with
Mm.
me to guide me. Like, I don't want you to miss that he is trying to guide you to your table, bro. Like, it's so important that we understand that God is always trying to get us to the right path. We end up on the
Hmm.
wrong paths because we walk away from our host. We walk
Mm.
away from our tour guide.
That's good.
We get off the path when we decide, hey, I want to take this route,
Hmm.
and you end up
That's good.
missing your seat at the table. Bro, like, it's so important, bro. Like, it just makes me it threw me off, but it made me realize that how many times that I miss sitting at my table because I wasn't waiting on the host to take me to my table. Jesus is waiting
Man.
on you, our hostee who knows the layout, who wrote your name on the table, right? Have you ever been to a restaurant? I
Hmm.
don't know if y'all ever, spent a couple dollars and been to a place where they had your name on a table, right? If you ever been to a
Hmm.
wedding, right? Where they had the tables laid out and they had names on the table to let you know where this is where you needed to be seated at. Like your name is this. You do not need to sit at the table with this name on it. Why? Because you can end up sitting at a table with some people that you wasn't meant to be at, where some mess can happen at, right? You could be sitting at a table with some exes. You could be sitting at the table with some people that's going to cause some mess. The table that has your name on it is meant for you to sit at that table. Only Jesus knows where your table is. Only God knows
Hmm.
where your name on your table is. So he is waiting to seat you. Soon as you show up, he is saying, I know exactly where your table is. Let me guide
Hmm.
you to the table with your name on it. If you get away from me, you may be seated at a
Hmm.
place where you're not even supposed to be at. Better yet,
Mm.
you may be seated at a place that you're not even ready yet. Yes, you got the
Mm.
new job and the promotion and you got all of that, but
Mm.
you made steps.
That's
You took
good.
steps of your own that got you there that you wasn't prepared for.
Hmm.
So now that you sitting at
That's
that
right.
table, you don't know what to do. You don't even know how to hold a
Mm.
conversation at the table that you're at right now because I didn't prepare that table for you.
Yes, sir.
It looks
That's
like the
good.
rest of the tables. It looks like the rest of the tables in a restaurant, but that one didn't have your name on it. Bro, this is good, dog. This is good, bro.
Hey man, when you talk about sitting at the wrong table, right? It makes me think about I remember you used to take flights and you used to
Yeah.
have assigned seating, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you look at your boarding pass 1,500 times, somebody always ends up in the wrong seat. How?
Yes.
I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know. And I've experienced that quite a few times. And I'm like, it's like, sir, I think you're in my seat. I'm like, no, I read my boarding pass. And it says I'm on C, D, and F. And yours says A, B, and C. So you're on the other side. Oh, my bad. Of course it's your bad. But sitting at the wrong table, man, like, why would you want to sit somewhere when you know the host is putting you in the best position in the restaurant?
Oh,
He
that's so
has you
good.
in the best seat in the restaurant. Why would you want to change that?
Yeah.
Maybe because you're impatient.
That's good. Yeah.
You're controlling. You have a controlling spirit. Um, maybe because you've been through a little something, a little pain. You don't want to try to go through it again. You want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe because something happened in your family. Your wife is going through something and you don't know how to deal with it. So you want to, let's go sit somewhere else. See, these are all different things to make you change your mind about where you need to sit versus
Yeah.
God said, I prepared a table before you. And let's just stop right there. When you
Yeah.
have a table prepared before you, the first thing comes to my mind, that's a feast.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that means that it's a spread laid out. That ain't no, he didn't just sit me at any table. No, he prepared a table before me, meaning that I'm watching this thing unfold and he just laying the pieces to my life down piece by piece perfectly
That's so good.
in a way that my life thrives and prospers. And of course, if y'all haven't been listening to the last 7 episodes, I got enemies, yo. I'm like, I'm like Pastor Drake. I got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of enemies. All right. And my enemies don't bother me. All right. I've gotten to a place of maturity in my walk with God, and there's still some work there. I've gotten to a place where I know if I'm being attacked, I'm where God needs. Hey, I'm sitting at the right table. You're
Hey, I like
not.
that.
If you're not being attacked, if you don't have trouble in your life, and this sounds crazy if you're new to
It-
Christ, but if you're not being attacked, you're at the wrong table.
That's good. I like that.
You're not in position where God is preparing the table before you. See, when God is preparing the table and you're seated where you need to be, everybody else can see the blessings. That's for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You are the assignment. Your assigned seat is at this table. When you sit down, now the work can begin. Now he can start laying out your fork, laying out your salad fork, laying out your knife, laying out your spoon, laying out your soup spoon. I'm a little coach, y'all already know that. You know what I'm saying? Now I watch a lot of Mission Impossibles and stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Everything has to be laid out perfectly. Like if you ever watch Batman, Alfred used to lay out that stuff perfectly.
Yeah.
Like think about Alfred walking you to your table. Like he never gave Bruce Wayne like half cooked food or half cooked tea or nothing like that. He always prepared it perfectly for him. So that
That's good.
once it was prepared, he can then eat and then go do what he got to do. You need to be in the right seat so that now you can get your nourishment because you're going to get weak, so that you can get with direction. So now that's a close, intimate conversation. God sitting with you at the table. So now
Yeah.
that you can go get direction, so that now you can go out and do what you need to do because you have an assignment. And your enemies, the people that are watching you, they get to watch your blessing at that table.
That's good,
Why
bro.
would you want to? Why would you want to rob them of that? Let's go.
Hey, Hey, so like as you was talking, bro, I was sitting here thinking on how important what you're saying is, and to make it to paint a picture for everybody. And the first thing that came to my mind was the Lord's Supper, right? I don't
Hmm.
know. Has anybody ever thought about like you see the picture of the Lord's Supper, you see the layout of the
Hmm.
table, you see you see the seating arrangement. It made me start thinking when God is preparing this table for me, he's not going to sit across from you. He's going to sit next to you, right? Just like this, just like in that Lord's Supper. And it made me start thinking why? Why would he sit the arrangement of the Lord's Supper like that, where they're all on the backside and the front of the table is open? The reason why is because God wants to see everything that is laid out on your table. He wants the
Mm.
enemies and he wants everybody to see what he laid out for you. Like you said, bro, it's
Yes.
it's a feast. The message version,
Yes.
the message version of the same Psalms chapter 23:5 says, "You serve me a six-course dinner in front of my enemies." That's what the message
Five
version
star,
says.
baby.
A
5 star right
six-course
there.
dinner. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Man.
if a chef is about to make a six-course, five-star dinner, he wants the
Man.
table arranged so that everybody can see what he just laid out on the table.
Yes, sir.
So when God
Yes.
prepares this table for you, he's gonna sit next to you, and
Mm.
y'all are gonna be on the back side of the table, so everybody can see every single blessing that he's put out there for you. Hey, here goes those kids. Hey, here goes that
Mm.
restored marriage. Hey, here goes that
Mm.
house. Hey, here goes that your restored faith in me. Hey, he's gonna lay it all
Man.
out, and he's gonna sit next to you on side of you instead of across to you, so that y'all can speak about everything that's on the table to your enemies
Mm.
and those who are watching.
Mm.
Bro, like
Yes,
this,
sir.
you as you were saying this,
Yes,
I
sir.
was sitting here thinking, like, how is the table arranged? And it got
I
me
was
to thinking,
thinking the
like,
same thing.
it's arranged just like the Lord's Supper, the painting that I
Hmm.
always seen. He wants
Hmm.
everybody to see what's on your table because you
That's
said it
right.
earlier. Your table has value in it. He wants
Hmm.
everybody to see how perfect he lays out his table for you. The salad fork was perfectly set up. Your name, he puts
Hmm.
your name in the front of the table. He puts it right there in front of it. Jamarcus Collins. It's sitting right there
Hmm.
so everybody can see that he placed your name on the table. The seating arrangement of your table is so important. The value of your table is so important. What's on your table is so important. And the
Mm.
reason why is because God wants everybody to see it. Your enemies and your frenemies. He wants them all to see what's on your
That's right.
table, bro. Like I'm telling you, I was sitting here
That's right.
like pondering, bro. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
is good. That's so
Yeah.
good, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Another part that Ida had me like that I had to like go into and like look at, bro, was the
Hmm.
part of the verse that says he leads I mean, I'm sorry. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, and your rod and staff, they comfort me, right? This made
Mm.
me think about like this is the part that got me that even when I start walking away from my table, even when I know I have the reservation and I'm like you said was showing up late, to me this is the part that God sends you out a friendly reminder that you have a reservation for
Mhm.
your table. Like
Mhm.
most restaurants you go to don't call you to remind you of your table.
Mm-mm.
The low budget ones don't do that. Like, for real, like, the low budget, like, restaurants in the neighborhood, they don't remind you that you have a reservation. They gonna give your
Nah.
table up like that because money is the main thing for them. That's the only thing they're
Good.
worried about. So if somebody comes
Mhm.
in and you're 1 minute late, your table's gone because they don't value the
Mm.
table, they value the money. But if you go to
Mm.
a five-star restaurant, I mean a great restaurant that doesn't care about their
Mhm.
name because their name's already made, thank you, God. Their
Mm.
name's already made.
That's
They're
good.
not
That's
worried
good.
about the money. They're not idling the money. They care about who's being seated. They send you text reminders. Hey, here's a
Mm.
reminder that you have a reservation upcoming. This is the day before. Then they send you one an hour before. Then they send you one 15 minutes before. It's just a reminder. They're doing this because just in case you forget, they want to remind you that the value of your seat is important to them because their name's already made. They don't need the money. Money's coming in. See, their tables cost so much that once you get seated, it's already paid for. It's already been paid for. So they already
Oh, that's
know they're
good.
good
That's
that
good.
way. So I have to
That's
remind
good.
you that God is always going to remind you about your reservations. Why? Because it's important to him that you be seated.
Mm.
This is good, bro.
Yeah,
Like it's so
that's
good
good,
because
bro.
I've been missing this. I've been missing.
Yeah.
How many times you walk throughout your day, you miss your reminders from God? My brother,
Mm.
me and my bro was talking the other day, bro, and we were on the phone and we were saying, we need to start talking more. My brother-in-law, and he told me that
Mm-hmm.
I hope you don't mind me sharing this. He told me that God has been waking him up every day at 5 a.m. And the
Mm.
reason God's been waking him up at every day at 5 a.m. because in the past he woke up every day for his new job and he would talk to God on the way to work and he would listen to worship on the way to work. And right now, God has him in a season where he's looking for something new, but God didn't stop waking him up at 5 a.m. Like,
Mm.
even though his job doesn't start at 5 a.m., God didn't stop waking him up at 5 a.m. Why? Because the
Mm.
value of the seat is important. God says,
Ooh,
I know something new starting later, but this reservation that I have for you at 5 a.m. is important. So I need to continue sending you reminders of why. Yes, it's important. So you
that's
need to
good.
pay attention of the reminders of your reservation. If for whatever reason, every day at 12 o'clock, the time stops and all the work goes away, God is trying to remind you of a reservation that is upcoming that you need to be
That's
seated
good.
at that time. You cannot skip the reservation.
That's so good.
You're not dealing with somebody who's only worried about the money. You're dealing with a five-star restaurant. You're dealing with a five-star restaurant whose
Man,
name's
it's so
already
good.
been made. It's already been made. The seat is more value to them, not the money, bro. Oh my God. Thank you, God, for this
That
morning.
is so
This is
good, bro.
good.
Hey, it's that's good, bro. Like you know what, bro? I go through that. I have them times where I just can't sleep, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you
And
telling
that's
me
when
about
I and that's when I know God is trying to. That's my reservation reminder.
it. Yeah.
And the values. Let me let's take a step back, man. The value of the reservation, right? You're at a five-star restaurant. You just put it into context.
Yeah, yeah.
Serving you a six-core meal you don't have to pay for because somebody
Mm,
already did.
we ain't even
What?
got it.
See, in this restaurant, it's about the experience.
Yeah.
The name is the
Oh,
name.
okay.
It's the experience that you're going to
Yeah, yeah.
get when you come for your reservation. I'm going to say this again. It's the experience that you're going to get for your reservation.
That's so good.
My experience at this restaurant, Jamarcus' experience at this restaurant, and your experience at this restaurant won't be the same.
Mm,
But we will all, once we make that reservation, we will all have a story to tell about this reservation, about this
that
restaurant.
is so good.
And see, the reminder, this is how great God is. When you get that reminder that, hey, you're out, it's an hour out from your reservation, you get the
Yeah.
same reminder when God is saying, hey, I know you've been praying about your finances, but come talk to me because I got a plan for it. I know, I know you've been worried about your kids and their schooling, but hey, come talk to me. I got a plan for it. I know you don't know what the next step is. I know you
Yeah.
feel sickness in your body. I know you and your spouse are going through something. I know you lost something. I know that you got pain and you've been through things and your friends and turn on you and people in your life or at your job are trying to come at you. The enemy is attacking you. You're in this spiritual warfare. But I got a plan for it all.
Yeah.
See, the meal is set. All you got to do is come eat. It's something about see in this restaurant, it's intimacy in this restaurant. You know,
Oh,
it's
that's
dim
man
lighting,
right
nice. You
there.
setting the mood is set
Let's
in this
go.
restaurant. The mood is set. You're not going to, you know, and nothing against a restaurant that I name, not name restaurant shaming, but it's different going to uh uh Eddie versus going to Chili's. The mood is different in there.
Big difference.
The ambiance, yeah, there it is. The ambiance is different, right? The feng shui in there is all different. Like you put on different kind of clothes when you go into a 5-star restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all caught that. You put on a
Yeah.
different set of clothes when you go into a 5-star restaurant because the value is there. See, at this restaurant, you don't even have to change your clothes. God said, "Come as you are."
That's
You're
good.
not at any 5-star restaurant gonna walk in there with some jeans, some booty shorts, some for the men. I know some of y'all wearing booty shorts. I don't know why, but you can't. God don't. He gonna accept it all, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna usher you and say, "Come on in." But the value of the table, the restaurant is already paid for.
Yeah.
He sent his son to take that bill.
Yeah.
It's time to go up, and let's go.
Bro, that's so good because you're already getting into my next point because that like what you said, that next point is so important because of the setting, because of the ambiance, because of the intimacy that's between you and the preparer of the table, right? And I wrote it
Mm,
down
that's a
because
word.
this is the part where we get preoccupied and the issue arises. It's
Mm-hmm.
once we're
Mm-hmm.
seated, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
you're paying attention to everything else but who's at the table with you,
Mm.
right? I gotta keep it real with y'all
That's
because
so good,
if
bro.
he prepared the table for you, he's gonna sit with you. God is an
Mm-hmm.
intimate God. Jesus is very intimate. He always wants to be one
Mm-hmm.
on one with his children, with his brothers and sisters. Like this is the God that we serve. So he prepared it for you. That's crazy. Take time to think about that. He prepared it, and he about to sit down and eat with you. That's so good. It's just like when Jesus
Mm.
washed the feet of his disciples, right? Like he served and he's a server.
Mm.
That's what type of God and Jesus we serve. And it made me started sitting with somebody because a seat with somebody at this dinner is supposed to be intimate. Let's imagine you
Mm.
on a date with your spouse or with your mom at Mother's Day or something like that. This is supposed to be intimate. All focus is supposed to be on the person you're sitting with. But for us, the issue is we bring so much to the table.
Mm.
We bring so much to the table. We try to bring our past to the table, our friends to the table, our enemies, our hurt, our pain, and everything to the table. Another thing we bring to the
Mm.
table is something a handheld comparison, compromising social media tool that we have. We bring our phones to the table right here. We bring this to
Mm.
the table. I know it has your Bible app on it, but so it has so many other apps on it too, and you bring it to
Mhm.
the table with you, and sometimes you find yourself like this at the table.
Mm.
You're answering everything and everyone but the person that's sitting
Mm.
right across from you.
Mm.
Like I remember so long ago, like I've heard this question before recently, but I remember like when I was in high school, they used to ask this question all the time. If you had a choice to sit at a table with three people, dead or gone or still living, who would you choose? No one never chooses God.
Ever. That's
ever.
crazy.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I didn't used to choose them. I used to be like Kobe, MLK, and somebody else.
You're right.
I never used to choose
Facts.
God, and I think the reason why is because
Yeah.
I know if I chose God, I would have to give full attention.
Mm.
And for a lot of
Ooh,
us,
that's
that's a
good.
struggle.
Ooh, that's
It's a
good. That's
struggle
good.
to put this down and give full attention to something. Think about it. When you go
Mm.
on dates with your spouse, I promise you, you don't put this in your pocket or leave it in the car. You have it right here on the
Mm.
table. Just in case the conversation doesn't go the way you want it to, you can pick up something that gives you value. Because you sitting at the table with God, you may get talked to about some things that you don't want to hear. So you want to
Ooh,
pick up something that can take your attention away real quick. Like, God, I hear you, but yeah. I'm about to get on Facebook and see what I can compare to.
man.
That is a lot of us sitting at the table. We gotta be. My second point was stay focused on the one who owns the table. That table you sitting with is owned by the one you're sitting with, the one who
Mm.
prepared it. We have
Yep.
to stay focused on the one
Yep.
who
Yep.
owns the table. You don't believe me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Colossians 3:2. Think about what's up there, not what's here on earth. Let me change that for y'all. Focus on the one you're sitting at the table with and not what's around the table.
Mm.
Not who else is in the
That's good.
restaurant. Not who else you
That's
walk past
good.
to get in the restaurant. Focus on the one who you're at the table with. Like he said, this is supposed to be an intimate. It's a one-on-one conversation with God. This is the one-on-one, so you can ask everything you need to ask. God, why am I struggling
Mm.
with this? Let me put this away so
Mm-hmm.
I can really pay attention. Like, this is what this is all about, bro. So I wanted to make this so important because yes, it is important to understand the value of the table. Yes, it is important to get guided to the table, but this
Mm-hmm.
once you're seated, the way you sit at this table is important. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
Mm.
if you stay on your phone on a date, that date gonna walk away. Fellas, the date gonna walk away. They don't feel important. They don't feel like you're giving them all their attention. So they're gonna leave. Why would they sit at
Man.
a table when you're not even focused on them?
Mm.
They prepared the table for you. They did the reservations for you. They put your name on the table, and you sit down and you don't even focus on
Yeah.
the one who owns the table. Let's go, E. I
Hey,
told you I was gonna go there,
yeah.
bro.
Hey, that right there, man. Imagine, man, as you were talking about, I was saying, like, imagine sitting with God and he was like, all right, Eric, I'm finna give you everything you need to sustain the rest of your life. For every problem, every situation you're gonna face, every pain, trouble, storm, whatever it is, I'm gonna give you the whole blueprint.
Yeah.
And I'm on my phone. And God asked me one question. Hey, Eric, did you catch all that? And what's the first natural response? Huh?
Uh,
Like, I don't know about y'all, right? For the people that were kids, I have a 9-year-old son. And you know what I'm saying? And when he's in his phone and I'm trying to talk to him, he can't hear me.
no.
And like we're like sitting like within, I could touch him. He can't hear me. I don't understand it. Like I understand it because I used to do it to my parents when I played video games,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right. If you say huh, you can hear. That's right. But
Yeah.
like he can't hear me for some reason because his attention is drawn to this one thing, this
Yeah.
Roblox.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right, Roblox is the devil. Stop buying it for your kids. All right.
can't
I'm
stand
just playing
Roblox.
Roblox. Don't sue us. Don't sue us. But
Yeah, but
imagine God is talking to you and you're sitting there like you've been asking and praying, come out of whatever it is that you're coming out of. He sent the reservation. He sent the reminder for the reservation.
yeah,
You made the reservation, but you come to the table with your phone and you're not listening. Like, that is crazy.
yeah,
What's up, Richard? Like, that's crazy. Like, imagine, like, God, I need to get out of this storm that I'm in. And God was like, all right, I need you. All right, so tomorrow morning, this person is gonna, I need you to go talk to this person. They're gonna introduce you to this person, and this person is gonna be the person that's gonna help you get out of this situation. You remember
yeah,
his name? Nah, I don't remember because I'm focused on my phone, or
yeah.
I'm focused on pornography, or I'm focused on why my wife ain't acting right, or I'm focused on why my people at my job getting on my nerve, or I'm focused on whatever you can insert, whatever it is.
That's good, bro.
See, that's focusing on everybody else in the restaurant versus the person that is sitting intimately, prepared a meal for you, and is ready to have a conversation.
That's so good.
Like, God ain't like going to talk to God ain't like going to the principal office.
Yeah,
Like, it's a welcoming, homely, friendly, opening conversation. Like, he sets the table, he prepares it. Like, he's all right. Hey, all right, cool. I know we got a reservation at 8 tonight. I'm gonna have everything ready to go. Let's talk. All you got to do is show up.
that's it. Oh
All
man,
you got to do is not be distracted. That's it. That's your only job. Is to make the reservation and don't be distracted.
you're going right into it, bro. So-
Let's go, man.
hey, you're diving
Let's
right
go.
into it, bro, because I wanted to finish up on this last point so we can talk about it. Because, like you said, and real quick, like I don't know why this image came to my head. Like, I feel like if God is preparing a table for us, right? And like
Mhm.
you said, he's so welcoming. I feel like as soon as you show up, God got like butter rolls in a basket, and he just pulls the napkin off, and you can see the warmth coming from him. Like
Sting.
that is the first thing I feel like my experience with God is gonna be like when he prepares the table is here's this butter roll. Like, and it will make me feel even better, like, yep, this is my table. I knew it. I can
Yeah.
feel this is my table. Like, it's I know, God, you know I'll be tripping. But like like you said though, it's not like going to the principal's office. It's a welcoming feeling that he wants you to feel
Mhm.
because he prepared the table. But that last point you made, man, is literally the last point I wrote down. And it my point that I wrote down is it's an open invitation, but will you show up? It's
Mhm.
an open invitation, but will you show up? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think, and I may be wrong, and this is something that I want to ask God when when we talk. But I felt like when I talked to him that I read this verse wrong. Not gonna lie to you, E. I read this
Mm.
verse as when he said he prepared a table for me in front of my enemies. I thought he was talking about the end time. Not gonna lie to you.
Mm.
I thought he was
Mhm.
talking about the end of time, like when I leave here, that the table is prepared for me. I think I read that wrong. I think that God is telling us this table is prepared daily for you
Mm.
because I need to sit down with you daily.
Mm.
I'm
As
dead
often as
serious, bro.
possible.
I'm dead serious. I feel like God is telling me to let everybody know that this open
Yeah.
invitation is daily.
Yeah.
This is a daily thing that he wants. A sit down with you and him. So your table is an open invitation every single day. He takes
Yeah. Yeah.
time away and he prepares your table for you every single day. It's not the end of time, right? This verse is talking about any time and every time he is ready to sit with you in front of everything and everyone meant to cause you harm. That's what this verse is
Mm,
about.
that's powerful.
The invitation remains open. Your name doesn't get removed when you don't show. Like, think about that. There are some restaurants that when you don't show up, they call you a no-show. You get put on the no-show list.
Man,
You get put on a
man,
no-show list. So the next time you try to do a
harsh.
reservation, they might upcharge you, or they may charge you
That's
a little bit
harsh.
more because you no-showed them in the past, right? They give
Mm,
you a 15-minute grace period before they take your name off the table or they give you your seat away. That's because you
mm,
were a no-show. Imagine a place that always holds your seat, always keeps your name on a table, and if you don't show, they don't put you on a no-show list. They just tell you next time.
mm.
This place is this
That's so.
five-star restaurant I keep talking about. God is
Mm,
not gonna put you on a no-show list. He's just gonna say next time. He doesn't give you a 15-minute grace period. He gave you his only forgotten son that gave you an infinite grace period, not a finite one. It has no limits,
mm.
no bounds. Man, I
That's
don't know
good.
if y'all got that. He gave his
That's
only
good.
forgotten son to give you an infinite grace period. So if you showing up late, he doesn't say, "Hey man, you only got 15 minutes till this table's gone." No, no, no. He says,
Mm,
"Take your time, my only son and daughter. Get here, I'll be waiting." This is so good, bro, because it's an open invitation. This reservation I was
mhm.
set is open. It is for you
Yeah,
daily. You need to understand it is time to take your table back. Take your table back because the enemy does not want you at your table. Matter of fact, the enemy doesn't even want you on your way to your table because he knows once you get to your table, he knows once you sit down at that table,
that's right.
miracles are about to happen from this when you get up from this
Man,
table. Because he
yes,
said it.
sir.
You're about to get some knowledge, man. You ain't about to get knowledge. You about to get some wisdom from sitting down at this
Hmm.
table that is about to propel. That's about to propel you to the. I don't even know. It's about to take off. It's about to get you. Like
Hmm.
Lil Wayne used to say, no ceilings. There is not about to be nothing that's about to cap you once you get up
Yeah,
from this table. This
that's right.
table is meant to take you to heights you haven't seen before. Think about the question I asked you. Who would you want to sit with, dead or here right now? If you sat at the table with MLK or Kobe Bryant or whoever it was, you think they're just about to talk to you about nothing? They're about to give you something that's about to have you take off. That's about to make you shoot
Hmm.
off like a rocket. So think of that's why the enemy does not want you even on the way to the table. He wants to stop you en route to the table. He wants to put obstacles
Man,
in front of you. He wants to make sure that you're focused on, hey, does this tie look right with this suit I'm wearing right now? And God is just saying, come
man,
as you are, dog. Come as you are.
man, that's good.
He wants to put roadblocks on your route. And God is saying, no, no, no. I got your GPS. Follow the route I already gave you. That's why I'm
Man,
walking you past green pastures. That's why I'm walking you this way. But if you get into those darkest valleys, if you decide to take that left because you thought it was a shortcut, guess what? My rod and staff gonna put you right back on the right path. Because it's not meant, don't think the rod and staff is meant to hurt you, it's meant to comfort you. We're
mm,
just like lost sheep. When shepherds have a rod and staff and they hit that ground, the sheep know where to come to because it's a
mm,
familiar sound. So when you hear God
hmm.
talking to you when you're in your darkest valley, it's not meant to like hurt you. It's not meant to like chastise you. No, 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 no. He's comforting you right back to the right path. That's why I'm
Hmm.
telling you this table is meant for you daily. Bro, this is good. Bro, yeah, gotta turn that over. Turn that over.
That's true though. That's so true, man. Like you can never, you can never like miss what God has for you.
That's good.
Like you can never miss it. The only way you miss it is he calls you home. And even then, if he called you home, you didn't miss it because he called you.
Oh, that's
Anybody
good.
else calling you on that line, you might not want to answer. Right. But to go back to your point, bro, and it goes back to what I said earlier. If you don't have roadblocks, if you don't have enemies, if you don't have people attacking you, if you don't have troubles in the world, like then you're not at the right table.
Yeah,
You're not making the right reservation. You're making a reservation with the enemy. You're sitting at his table
that's
because
good,
he
bro.
has your what if you're at the enemy's table because you have like nothing going on, then you're right where the enemy needs you, distracted.
That's good.
And he's preparing you food that's going to taste good once you eat it, but it's already spoiled.
Mm,
The expiration is gone and you're going to get sick. You're going
mm,
to die. Surely you would die. Sin leads to death. Surely you would die.
that's good.
But
That's good.
see, the thing about the enemy and God, the enemy is going to reheat what he left on the table for you because you missed the reservation with him. He's just going to reheat it up. God is going to prepare something fresh and new each and every time.
Man, what a
I
word.
don't know if y'all ever ate. I don't know if you ever ate microwave food versus heating it up in the oven, or fresh food versus TV dinner. But when it's prepared freshly, it tastes so much better.
Yeah,
It soothes your soul when the food is freshly prepared, right? And so stop missing your reservation. I heard the craziest thing one time. I forgot where I heard it from, but somebody was like, reason a person that's on drugs or in alcoholism or addicted to porn or sex or whatever it is because nobody told them to stop.
mm,
You go to AA meetings. AA meetings is to help you not do it again, but nobody says, "Hey, stop." Well, bro, talk. We're here to tell you, hey man, stop missing your reservation. Stop.
mm.
Like you sitting here, you want to talk to your friends about what's going on in your life. You want to talk to your mom and dad. You want to talk to your spouse. You want to talk to all these people. But that reservation that keeps hitting your mind, God keeps saying, hey, none of them people can help you.
Yeah,
They're all sitting at the restaurant, but they're not at the table that I prepared for you. They can't prepare the table like I can.
that's so good, bro.
They can't prep this meal like how I can prep this meal to give you enough to sustain you along this journey.
Yeah,
They didn't perfectly form and lay out everything on this table because I know exactly what you need and what you like. He said, I'll supply your every need. Everything you
every
need is right here.
good.
Everything you need is right here. But you want to go talk to your homegirl or your homeboy. You want to go talk to the pastor. And I'm not saying don't talk to your pastor. I'm just saying your pastor can't sustain you like God can.
Yeah,
Seek wise counsel, yes. But the person you need to go sit with intimately and spend most of your time, majority of your time, if not 99.999% of your time, needs to be sitting at that table with God,
yeah,
getting
that's good.
instruction, getting wisdom, getting understanding. That's how you will thrive in life. That's how you will get through the things in your life.
That's good,
Stop
bro.
missing your reservation.
That's good.
My
Bro, I
bad.
have
Go ahead.
nothing else, bro. I just like I said, man, I just want to repeat, man, don't be afraid to take your table back. The enemy wants you not sitting at your table. He doesn't even want you en route to your table. God is preparing that table before you in front of enemies and frenemies. Just you got to get there. All right. You got to get to that table. And once you're at that table and you're seated, focus on the one who owns the table. Focus on the one who owns the table because your life is going to change once you get up from that table. And understand that that table is prepared for you daily. God is waiting every single day at that table with your name on it. He's just waiting for you just to come in and sit down so that y'all can talk. All right, man. This was a good one, bro. This was definitely
Yes,
a good one.
sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Hey, man, stop missing that reservation, man. That's, hey, look, word for 2024 and beyond. Stop missing your reservation, man.
Hey,
It's going to change your life. I promise you. I answered. I answered. And I continue to answer. And, man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I don't have to have millions of dollars. I know that ain't the word, but I'm blessed, man.
yeah,
I'm blessed. But hey, like, love, share, go back and watch
please
it.
do.
Please go back and read Psalms 23, man. Now I'm telling y'all, that is a foundational scripture for every
Yes,
part of your life. I promise you it is. And send this to somebody, get them to subscribe. If you don't, you're missing your reservation anyway. Have a
hey.
blessing. Yeah.